Hello ladies, Nat Carter, personal trainer and fitness expert from Natalie Carter Talks Fitness. Now, we are going to get a little personal. So I shared my binge eating, overcoming binge eating little vid. If you haven't watched it, it's amazing. Everyone's talking about it, no. But I did have some great feedback from it. So I thought that I'd share another little thing that I did. And that was the day I broke up with scales. Kicked that scale to the curb. Totally got rid of it, and it was liberating. It was like so good. So, you know, the story is, I mean, like, who is a trainer without a set of scales? We all have them, and I had some fucking fancy ones too. So I wouldn't religiously weigh myself every single day, but like, you know, weekly, definitely in my 20s, I would be getting on, you know, at least once a week for a little bit of feedback, and of course just to really fuck with my mind, you know, when I was hormonal or when I was having a bad day, the worst time to get on the scales. So we were probably in the process of moving, because we kind of moved, we moved a lot. We couldn't stay in one spot for a while there, and we were moving, and I just went, nah, not serving me anymore. The getting on, getting off, feeling shit, feeling great, fucking changing my life because of a number on the scales. So, yeah, I got them, and I just thought, look, if I just get rid of these or like pass them on to someone, I'm kind of just like passing on a baton of like negativity. And I don't know that many people associate scales with positivity. So I thought, look, I've got to mark this occasion with like a big thing. So I threw them from a great height, and they kind of smashed, but they didn't smash enough. So I had another go, and it was so cathartic for me to like inflict a bit of, you know, pain on these scales, the same pain they'd inflicted on me. And then I just backed away. I chucked them in the bin. I went down a couple of times and thought, oh my God, they're $200 scales. Should I go and get them out? But I just like had to kind of put it to bed and put it to rest. And it's literally been the best thing that I've done. And look, I will say that my biggest feedback item would be clothes. If anything, I may get a tape measure out and like wrap it around me occasionally just to see where I'm at. But look, I think we're mature adults, and we know when we're just a little bit podgy and when we're not. I don't know how much a scale on a weekly basis, and like definitely not on a daily basis, is benefiting women in any way to make them feel better about themselves. It's kind of like opening, you know, like a magazine, a trashy magazine every single day, and just like reading that filth, reading the crap that's in there. It's the same kind of struggle. And like, even when I gave up reality TV, which is like the best thing that I've ever done, like that was another thing. That was like another one of those painful experiences that I was putting myself through and feeling really shit afterwards. So, yeah, the scales was a really big moving on point for me. And like I said, you know, the tape measure may go around it occasionally, but like I know where I'm at. I'm on this journey of self-acceptance and self-love, as opposed to, you know, don't do this and don't do that. And that's, I guess, what sparked this kind of thought of sharing my story about the scales and about ditching the scales, but also about sharing my story about letting, like, we really need to stop letting people telling us like, don't do this and don't do that, and you really need this and you really need that. When you give that power to someone, it is empowering for them. It's so not empowering for you. And I think when you're kind of putting all your energy into scales and a number that's going to flash up and say you're this body fat or you're that, I don't know that's going to affect you in a positive light. It only works when it's a great number and you feel happy about that. So I would encourage more women to, you know, out there to give up their scales. Definitely, like the daily weighing, that needs to go. That's like, leave that in the 80s. And, you know, find other ways to get feedback. I do say that about when you make fitness goals, don't always make them about aesthetics, about what you look like. And we already have so much stuff focusing on what we look like and how we're portrayed. It's all about feeling. And you know what? I feel fucking great. I feel good. I have my days where I'm not feeling great, but it's a process, and it's a process that's got to keep happening kind of day in and day out. You need to love yourself, and you need to be a bit happy with where you are in life. So I guess that's my biggest take home for this whole scale chuck out thing. And look, I did it years ago. Like, I haven't had a scale for a very long time. I would really, as a take home, really question why it is that you get on that scale all the time. You know, what is it giving? If it gives you great feedback and you're an athlete and you really need that, but why do you need to know what your weight is every day or every second day, even every week? Why do you let that, you know, why do you let that control how you feel about yourself is my biggest thing. So please, I hope this one's going to be a commenter one. Tell me if you've thrown your scales out, please. Don't make me feel bad about throwing out those $200 scales. I don't. I feel great. So yeah, comment, like, and share. And I hope that I might have given you this little smidgen of hope or of empowerment to throw your scales out. So yeah, like, share, comment below. I am Nat Carter, and we will see you real soon. See you, ladies. See ya.